thatmovieguyUK.
Welcome to my last Venice Film Festival for the time being, and we are going to review Mike Leigh's Peterloo. For me, Mike Leigh has been a very prominent filmmaker in my filmmaking and observing education. I love films like Life is Sweet, Naked. I adore films like Happy Go Lucky. He really just has a great sense of humanism. And Leigh, just like a lot of British filmmakers, they can show the feelings and basically the aura of a period or a time in British history. He is now covering the Peterloo massacre that happened in Manchester. Honestly, it baffles me that Leigh has decided to make these kind of films so later on in his career. There's no stopping this man, don't get me wrong, but I just don't really understand why now. Peterloo follows the build-up and the actual event of the Petersfield's peaceful democratic rally within the people of the North in 1819. And we follow the stories of various people, from the people of the North to politicians to judges to the actual men and women that led this meeting, and obviously the actual implications of what actually happened. Only Mike Leigh could capture the essence of the North during this period. He has a grand scale of beautiful cinematography from Dick Pope, and the vastness and the grandeur of the film is gigantic because he really gives it more of a wider feel. It's not really about people, which is unlike Leigh's work. Leigh is very focal on character development and character arcs, but here the actual story is a lot more important than the actual characters. As we expected, this was a very long film. It is 2 hours and a half, and Leigh is very thorough with the actual build-up to the actual event and obviously what happens during the Peterloo massacre. He really takes it from observation to observation. We are going from various people, as I've mentioned in the synopsis, and it is very heavy speeches, very heavy dialogue. The poignancy of reform is very widely spread through the film, and reform is obviously the key essence. They wanted a vote for everyone. They wanted to see their representation within London and within Parliament. You can feel how a small band of men have rallied the vast amounts that they did. It was over 60,000 people that attended Petersfield, and you can feel why they were so drilled and rallied to go to this rally. But again, it's just very odd in the way that it's executed. You go from wide landscape shot, then to powerful dialogue, powerful speech. The politicians then basically denouncing what they're going for, and it just goes backwards and forwards, and it just loses its charm. It doesn't necessarily have the gravitas that I wanted it to have. I wanted this film to grab me and not let me go until the end of the film, and I wanted to be angry. If the film would have been cut to maybe 2 hours, I think I would have embraced it a lot more. It would have impacted my mind a lot more. And I think the fact that I've sat through this 2.5 hour film really has just drained me. And the emotional cause of it just wasn't there. I really liked people like Maxine Peake in this film. Maxine Peake plays a mother of a son who was at the Battle of Waterloo, and he has PTSD. And she doesn't really believe in change. She really doesn't believe in the reform, but she still goes. And I feel like the implications of what actually happened will really change her dynamic as a person and her access to change. But she's just an observation. She's an eye to what is actually going on. It's the same as Rory Kinnear playing Henry Hunt. Henry Hunt was obviously the face of Peterloo, and It's interesting how how Lee actually made him a lot more of a droll character. He really just was. It feels like he was in it more for the limelight. But Rory Kinnear has this amazing voice. He just can just puff his chest up and just blurt out, and the world will stand to attention and listen to this man, to what he had to say. And I think that was very powerful from him and a very great performance. As for the climatic scene of the actual massacre, I think it's done very tastefully. There are obviously gory elements to it, but it's not ultra violent or anything like that. But you can see the stupidity of the government pushing women and children to a side, sending drunken military men to push these people away and not murder them. People died, people were injured, people were scarred for life. People wanted change because of this, but the government really tried to push them to one side, and a disaster happened. Obviously, my written review is on moviemarker.co.uk, and all my details are below if you want to follow me in any form of way. Like I said, thank you very much for joining me on my Venice journey. All the videos are on a playlist, so feel free to check any of the others out if you wish. And obviously, as we say on the channel, diolch dank obrigado merci beaucoup, arigato dankeschön, bisschen auditions. And obviously, never change.